All right, guys, so I gotta share something with you. I know it's been a while since I posted on the channel. One of these days I'll get you guys caught up to why I've been gone for so long. But I literally realized something that I wanted to share with you guys, and I think it's something that a lot of people don't realize about life, happiness, and why you're finding yourself to be very unhappy. I felt this way for a long time when I was broke. I had a job, but I was broke. And I had these visions, these ideas in my head on what I needed to do to not be broke and to put myself into a better position, to be, more fit, to improve my, I wanted to drop some body fat. I wasn't fat, but I wanted to drop some body fat. I wanted to add muscle. I wanted to live a better life. My goal was to take 4 vacations a year. Anyway, what I realized, and I kept putting I kept saying to myself, I'll be happy when. And the when would be the goal. So I'll be happy when I'm 200 pounds and like 6% body fat. I'll be happy when I have $1 million in the bank. I'll be happy when I get my dream house. 4,000 square foot house, 4,500 square foot house, granite countertops, quartz countertops, high ceilings, 3-4 car garage. I'll be happy when I get my dream car. Like whatever that happened to be, right? At the time it was a BMW M3. And it was wild. I always think to myself, like, if I had $1 million today, like what would I do differently than I'm already doing? Like, how would the money change, right? Like, I don't think I would necessarily be happy when I hit $1 million, but it was like, when you're broke, it's like you can't tell a broke person that $1 million ain't gonna make them happier. What I did realize, though, is that when you're broke and you can't afford to pay for shit you need, you gonna tell me when you suddenly have the money to pay for the things you need, you ain't gonna be happier? So anybody who disagrees with me is just lying to themselves. Anyway, I also thought about, like, when I would go to work and how a lot of people would be like, yo, you looking forward to the weekend? What you doing this weekend, yo? What you doing? And the funny thing for me was, I was the only person that would always say, my favorite day of the week isn't Saturday. My favorite day of the week was freaking Friday. And people didn't really understand that until I broke it down for them. So I'm gonna just tell you guys why I felt like Friday was the best day of the week, at least for me. And it boils down to, and I totally experienced this with vacations and whatnot. When you want to go on a trip, you think about when are you gonna go, who are you gonna go with, where are you gonna stay, looking at different resorts, prices, airline tickets. What are you gonna do once you get there? Like, then you book the trip. Finally, you book the trip. You're looking forward to going. You start looking at how many more days and weeks it's gonna be before you actually take the trip. And it's like all of this anticipation is like building up, and you just like, yo, I can't wait to go. I can't wait to take this trip. Yo, it's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so sick. Oh my God, yo, we're gonna be there for 6 days. And you start going on maybe social media, Googling, like looking for other people who posted pictures of where you're gonna go. Yo, it's only like 10 more days. Like, we're leaving in 10 days. It was crazy, right? Yo, did you pack yet? Yo, I always wait till last minute. Yo, maybe you purchase some new clothes because you want to look fresh on this trip, get you some new sneakers or whatever. You're getting ready. And then the day finally happens. It's like the morning of your flight. trying to just you probably deciding if you're going to drive to the airport, take Lyft or Uber. Yo, you in the airport. Yo, you got past annoying ass TSA. You're sitting down, like you hear the announcement on the in the airport saying, yo, we're going to start boarding in 15 minutes. Yo, so you're on the plane. You're on the plane finally. 2, 3, 4, 5 hour flight. You land. Yo, we're here. You finally see the resort. You're there. It's everything you expected it to be. It's amazing. But what I found personally is that it was like the anticipation was part of the journey. The anticipation was part of the fun. And I realized that when you don't appreciate the journey, you're missing out, like you're cheating yourself. And I feel like society has taught us that we need to, we can only be happy when. We should be happy now. And there's nothing that stops us from being able to be in the moment of happiness more frequently. And I'm notorious for not living in the moment. I'm always thinking about what am I going to do next? What's coming up? But I feel like anticipation can provide some of the greatest joy and motivation at the same time. But when you don't live in the moment, like, you really can't experience that. And you're cheating yourself, and you're cheating your family and anyone who's close to you. So for me, Friday was more of a fun day, like, to look forward to than any other day of the week. Because once Saturday finally hit, it's like, yay, it's Saturday, especially if it's a beautiful blue sky day with the sun shining. But it's Saturday, you're here. There's not really anything else to look forward to if you were looking forward to the weekend, because the weekend's already here. Now, you'd think that would be the pinnacle of happiness, but to me, I don't think it really was. Because for me, once Saturday night hit, and I went to bed, and I woke up in the morning on a Sunday, it was like, dang, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. That's in traffic. Gotta sit in this office, boring. Maybe you don't necessarily like your boss or the people you work with, but it was kind of like Friday was the apex of happiness, or maybe even Saturday morning was the apex of happiness, and then it gradually declined, or maybe it kind of plateaued on Saturday. I won't even say it declined. It hit the apex of happiness on Saturday morning, and then it just kind of coasted. And then once Sunday late morning hit, it was a gradual decline. And then once it got dark on Sunday night, it began to aggressively decline. And I don't know how many other people feel what I'm trying to convey to you guys right now, but that's how I felt. And one thing I will say is working toward hitting financial goals and creating a way to generate income for myself without having to go to work. Those were the things for me that made life more fun. And I realized that it wasn't even the financial freedom that I would ultimately achieve, although it is great, don't get me wrong. But the journey to get here was a large part of the fun. And I feel like I don't want people to be living through life, and it took me like 15 years to figure it out. And I feel like in this short video, hopefully someone can benefit from what I'm sharing with you guys right now, in that don't wait for happiness. Happiness is now. Happiness, to me, the greatest amount of happiness I ever feel is setting some goal and then creating an action plan for how I'm going to achieve this goal. And I think about all the wonderful things that are going to be, that are going to happen once the goal is achieved. And then, more importantly than anything else, actively working on achieving that goal every single day will bring a significant amount of happiness, because just seeing that daily progress, I mean, it's such a endorphin rush. It's such an endorphin boost, and just moving a little bit closer. If you're trying to lose weight, dropping that extra pound, seeing that pound come off, seeing yourself get a little bit more ripped or lean in your photos, lifting a little bit more weight today in the gym, getting that compliment from that girl that you like, man, you've been losing weight, whatever, even one of your boys compliment, damn dude, you getting swole, whatever the case is, just that steady movement forward, that steady progress toward your goal is really where the fun's at. And the other thing I want to share with you guys is, don't fall victim to what I failed to do, where I set these goals and as I got close to them, I didn't set new ones, because I ended up falling into a depression where after I had achieved several goals, I made the fatal mistake or near fatal mistake of not setting new goals and not realizing that, oh wow, if I've already won the game, so to speak, what reason is there to play? So I strongly encourage you guys, set some goals, create an action plan. If you need help with that, hit me up. I'm pretty sure that there are some people in the comments that have experienced what I'm talking about right now. Feel free to reach out in the community down below. But I just felt like I just wanted to share this with you guys, because this was something that was just like literally life-changing for me. And if you're dealing with any kind of depression whatsoever, think about what we talked about today, and maybe you personally have been affected by this without realizing it.